All right, we are here in sunny Los Angeles, California at the beautiful Union Station behind me, getting ready to hop on the Southwest Chief. All right, so we'll be taking the Southwest Chief from Los Angeles, California, all the way to the windy city of Chicago. Since we are hopping on in the terminus city of Los Angeles, we are able to board about 30 minutes early, and I just love to watch the train as it arrives to the station. We are alerted by our Metropolitan Lounge attendant when to head to the track and prepare for boarding. And after everyone has boarded, we are cleared and ready to leave the station, and we are certainly eager to check out the views as we leave the city. There are lots of great views from both sides of the train of the city of Los Angeles as you pull away, and you are quickly out of town after just a few short minutes. The Southwest Chief is a 2,265-mile ride that takes you through California, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, and finally into Illinois. It gives you a great view of the American West. We'll make our way through the deserts, mountains, ranches, missions, and pueblos, as well as the wheat fields as we approach our destination city of Chicago. This is a 3-day train journey. The Southwest Chief has been known as the Train of the Stars. We do like to head straight to the observation car upon boarding the train to enjoy some of the sights from both sides of the train. Remember, the Sightseer Lounge, also known as the observation car, is open to both sleeper car passengers as well as coach passengers. There are seats facing the window for great views, and you can even sit in there and get some work done or enjoy your meal at the tables provided in this train car. After a bit, we head back to our room to prepare for our first meal on the train, which is dinner. On this train, the dining car attendant comes by your room to make reservations for dinner. Now remember, you may have to sit with someone that you don't know, so you can always opt to have your meal in your room if you prefer. They've got the white tablecloths out for us as well as real flowers on the table. Our dining car attendant, Jeff, even had some lovely music playing in the background as we enjoyed our dinner. We are served warm rolls before our appetizers arrive, and I also enjoy a complimentary glass of wine with my dinner. Rob got the green chili cheese tamale, and per usual, I've chosen the lobster crab cake for my appetizer. We both ordered steak, which is cooked to order. Rob got his with a baked potato, while I got mine with cheesy polenta. Both meals came out perfect. Chef did a great job at preparing all of our food as we ordered them. Now for dessert, we both chose the cheesecake with fresh strawberries on top. The food was absolutely delicious. As I mentioned, the chef and the food specialists on this particular train were excellent. They did a great job at not just preparing the food the way you ordered it, but also doing a beautiful job at plating your food as well.
It is getting late and day one is in the books, so we better go to bed soon because we do want to get up for breakfast. So it's going to be lights out now, and we will see you in the morning.
Well, good morning. Breakfast is from 6:30 to 9, and it is almost 8. So I think we've lazed around enough this morning, and we're gonna head on down to breakfast. We woke up in the middle of the desert here in Arizona. Already been through several Route 66 towns and even Petrified Forest National Park. So we're gonna go down and see what kind of views we can get from the dining car while we eat breakfast. All right, so at breakfast, you do have a selection of assorted juices, as well as your choice of coffee or tea or water or any combination of any of those. You can also order a soft drink as your beverage for those of you who prefer that in the morning. We've got some great sights to enjoy as we await our breakfast. I chose the railroad French toast with a side of bacon, and I got my syrup on top, so it's sugar on sugar. And Rob ordered the scrambled eggs with pork sausage, and he also gets the side of potatoes and a croissant with his meal as well. Both our breakfasts were delicious as always, and they did exceed our expectations. Okay, this is actually our first fresh air break that we could take advantage of. There was one, but it was kind of in the middle of the night, so we decided to not do those in the middle of the night. So we're out here in Gallup, New Mexico, and it's a little bit windy, and it feels really nice out here. Just enjoying some of the views of the Route 66 towns as we ride through. All right, made it to Albuquerque, and this is a little bit longer fresh air break, so we get to walk around. This is a nice platform. You can walk around here. If you've got plenty of time here, you can also walk to the grocery store if you're looking for some snacks, or if there's anything that you need, you can walk over there and get some snacks for yourself. There's a big crew change here as well, so that takes some time. So that's one of the other reasons why this particular stop takes a little bit longer, and it's quite nice. On the weekends, they usually have vendors out here. They don't have them out here today, but they usually have vendors out here on the platform, all kinds of fun, kind of homemade type things, rugs and blankets and jewelry and things along those lines. So lots of options here in Albuquerque. Usually get a much longer fresh air break.
Alright, just as we're leaving Albuquerque, we are going to eat some lunch. We had our lunch delivered to us in the room here. We thought we'd watch while we eat while we watch the sights go by. I chose the Amtrak cheeseburger. Now, I have, in the last couple of months, had cheeseburgers on several train lines, including Europe, including the UK. And so I've compared all these cheeseburgers, and I think this is the best one. Second would be the Caledonian Sleeper, but they're a little bit small. So if you want cheeseburger on Amtrak, this is a great one. So I'm gonna dig into this and see how it is today, but from prior experience, I know it's gonna be pretty good. Ooh, this feels real good. That is cooked perfectly. The chef on this train, the Southwest Chief, is amazing. All the food, I think, is like one level up from where it normally is. Southwest Chief, crew, you're doing a great job.
Okay, Rob may be a burger aficionado. I am a grilled cheese aficionado. So I'm having the artisan grilled cheese, and it's got turkey in there and the cheese in there. And that's going to be really good. I've had it before. It is quite tasty. And then you do get the taro chips and the delicious coleslaw, which is really good on Amtrak. One of my favorites, because I like my coleslaw a little bit sweet. I don't know about you, but I like my coleslaw a little bit sweet. And this one is perfect. So let me actually go ahead and take a bite of the sandwich, because it looks really good. It's got like crispy cheese on the outside. Oh yeah. Very good.
Okay, we have to have a quick talk about these taro chips though. Because I've been eating these taro chips for a while now on Amtrak, and I just found out those are not potato chips. Those are just cut up vegetables. You've been fooling me. So apparently I like vegetables now. I can't get away with that excuse. Those are pretty good. In my defense, they are kind of covered in salt, but they're still pretty good. All right, time for a quick room tour, and we are in a Superliner 1 roomette on this train. And so I'm gonna give you a quick look around the room. There are 2 seats, one on each side. One person will be facing forward and one person will be facing backward. And then at night, these seats fold down and they close this gap here and make one bed for the bottom person. So one person will sleep there, and I will be sleeping up here on this other bunk up here. But as for the person on the bottom level, there is one charger only. It's behind, we've got this big thing charged into it. And we've got that because ours comes with 4 USB ports. We'll leave a link to the description to get that if you want one of those. That is one of the best things you can have, because if you don't have something like that with you, you can only charge one thing the whole trip, and we all know that's not enough. So you also have some lights there and a hook to hang things there. And then down here, this is used for a little bit of storage, but this is also the steps to get up to the top bunk. So that is where I'll be climbing up to get up to the top bunk in a little bit. You do have a table here when you're not sitting, or if you want to eat dinner in your room, you just pull that out like that, and these fold open. There's a checkerboard pattern in here, but I don't think checkers are included. But if you want to bring some, that is something you could definitely do. So I'm going to show you what the bunk looks like up here. To get it down, you just pull this little handle, and the whole thing comes right down. So this is my bunk, and all of the we keep all the sheets and stuff up there during the day, which is what it is right now. Now it is pretty tight up here, I will say that. So if one of you is claustrophobic, you're definitely want to have that person on the bottom level. And someone who doesn't mind tight spaces will need to be up here because it is tighter than you might think. But I don't mind it. I'm not claustrophobic at all. Now the Superliner, on the wall here, there is no window either, which the Viewliner has the windows. I do love that feature, but this one doesn't. It does have a nice little net here, which you can keep. I keep my headphones, some snacks. I've got goldfish and water up there for later tonight. And then there's another pouch over here that you can keep your glasses and your phone in. Now, interesting thing about this one, I've been in a lot of these roomettes before, and every single time this air vent is facing the other way, so the air blows out this way. But every other time I've been in a roomette, the air is blowing this way onto the people, and it becomes such a problem that people would bring like duct tape and put it over here, which would be this side, to stop it from going. But on this one, they've switched it, so I don't know if this is like an upgrade or like a reimagined room or just a mistake, but they have switched this, and now at night the air bounces off the wall and just kind of makes the whole room cool, and it doesn't blow right on the person that's on the top bunk. So that's actually really cool. Even though I don't mind being cold, I know that that's something that a lot of people have had a problem with in the past, so that is a big upgrade. And then we've got these harnesses here, and on this particular one also, they are pretty solid, like almost like a wall. Some of them, they're loose and they'll lay down like that, and you almost feel like it's not going to catch you, but it definitely will catch you. So that's it for this room. Oh, one other thing I did want to mention, you might have noticed, we have like, so this is my mattress here, this one, and then this is Allie's mattress, and it actually goes on the seats down there, but she thinks that these seats are so plush that she doesn't even need it. And these mattresses are pretty thin, so she's nice enough, she gives me her mattress, so I actually sleep with both mattresses up here, and she just puts the sheet on that bottom bunk. So if you have a little problem, if the person on top thinks it's a little bit too hard, that's also something you can do, but it does take away another extra 2 inches from your roof space, so that's something to keep in mind as well.
All right, so Rob gave you the room tour. That means I'm going to give you the bathroom tour. We have a nice spacious bathroom here with the trash can in the corner. You do have the attendant button that you pull out instead of push in, and it's right near the flush button. Got a nice big, fairly spacious area, sink here, and you press it and the water runs, and then after a little bit it turns off on its own. You've got your paper towels here, a nice mirror to look at yourself in if you need to make any preparations, some seat covers, and the toilet paper right next to the sink area. You also have some tissue here if you need it, cups if you want to use those to rinse your mouth out when you brush your teeth, and then extra toilet paper is always stocked up above. I always take a peek at that real quick to make sure that I don't run out. Also, make sure that you note that they do have the bars that you can hang on to. The train can rock quite a bit, and there is a hook on the door as well. Be considerate of others, and don't forget to clean up after yourself. The light that alerts you that the door is locked is right next to the door. So let's head over to the showers. Now, the shower area, again, you want to make sure that you have checked that light, that it is on, and I always like to check it as well, the door, to make sure it is locked before I get started. They do provide you with soap, and as you note here on the box, make sure you toss it out after you have used it, because they are, of course, single use. They've got a lot of brand new ones right there for you to unwrap. A nice mirror if you need to look at yourself. You've got an outlet here if you want to dry your hair or fix it up or anything like that. There's a bag here. You've got your fresh towels outside, and then in this bag you put the ones that are used. There is a attendant button here as well. Again, you pull it, it is right by the shower door. There is a bar here as well that you can hang on to, as well as inside the shower. It is fairly spacious in here. You've got a hook on the back side and a nice bright light so you can see if you need to in there. And then to turn on the shower, there are 2 steps. You do, for the first step, you do want to go ahead and set your temperature. And then after you've set your temperature, then you want to go ahead and turn that switch on by pressing number 2. So there's the first one, step 1. They're marked for you just in case you forget. Set that temperature where you want it, and then you press that button. Step number 2, when you're ready to take your shower. The shower head is removable if you want to. You can also change the direction of it as well once you're inside and you get going. So you can just take that off and it hooks in there fairly easily and you're good to go. Again, that handlebar on the inside of the shower as well. So you've got plenty of room in here to take care of business on the train. Okay, so the magical question everyone wants to know the answer to is, how much did we pay for our ride? And for this one, we paid $623, and we did use a companion coupon, which we get for being a part of the guest rewards, and we also get them with the Amtrak credit card. So there's a couple different ways that you can earn those. So we used the companion coupon, paid the $623 for the Southwest Chief from terminus to terminus, so we're riding it the entire distance. We did book this several months ago, and we are not traveling at, you know, the busiest time of the year, so that does help to save some money as well. When you're traveling, when you're trying to book your tickets, usually you want to book as far in advance as possible. That's when the prices are going to be considerably less. All right, so we are in Raton, New Mexico. We are not very far from the border of Colorado, so we'll be excited to get across the border there. It's warm here, but there is quite a bit of breeze. You are out in the open here, kind of in the desert area. And also, as you're riding on the train, you want to look out the windows because there are some, definitely some wildlife to be keeping an eye out for. We've seen some elk, we've seen some other animals running around, and we've also seen some deer too in packs running around, so that's been kind of cool. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that. Make sure you take a peek out the windows as you're riding along.
Stopped in Kansas City for a mid-morning break, and it's a beautiful station. If you get a chance to get out here, stay the night or something, this is one of the most beautiful stations in the country. Now, over here is a barbecue place called Jack Stack, and we've eaten there one day when we were late over here. You can walk right over this bridge to get there. And there goes the BNSF train. So, great barbecue right here you can walk around to, but we're only here for a short time. We're trying to make up a little bit of time, and we're hopping right back on right now and heading to Chicago.
Okay, we are on our final fresh air break here at Fort Madison, Iowa. We got the Mississippi on the other side of the train, as you saw of us driving into this stop, but a really interesting one, even though it's going to be a quick break for us today.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that there was Fort Madison, Iowa. It was a nice little break back there, folks. Now we're headed underway to our next scheduled stop. But before that, if you take a peek over on the right-hand side of the train, swivel your neck over to the left-hand side, you're gonna see a big body of water. That there is Mark Twain's very own mighty Mississippi River. Once we get over that majestic river, we will have departed the state of Iowa and entered into a state of Illinois. That's where that next scheduled station stop will take place. It's called Galesburg. Greater Galesburg, Illinois. It's a fine railroad town. It should be in about 50 minutes. Thank you, folks, for traveling Amtrak here on the Southwest Chief.
All right, that's a wrap. Here we are in Chicago, getting ready to walk around, check into our hotel first because we still have our bags with us. But that's it for the Southwest Chief. We made it.